Hello everybody, I'm back in my shop and I wanted to take a minute to finish the saga of the Ruger American 300 Win Mag Gold Wild. As I said in my last video, and some of you might have seen, I was having trouble getting the bolt to come back. Like if you put once you fired it 2 or 3 times, I literally had to hit on the bolt with more vigor than I thought I should have to get it to eject. And if I took that spent brass and put in and closed hard, and then I had to do the same thing, it was hard to get it to open up. So I contacted Ruger and I sent them an email through their customer service and said, hey, here's the problems I'm having, and that when I look at the brass, it looks like it's showing signs of pressure. So they emailed me back and said, send it in, we want to work on it. So I did that. I went through my local gun store where I bought it, and I transferred it back to them on their FFL. They shipped it to Ruger for me. It's all free, they didn't have to pay. And then Ruger shipped it back to them, and then I went through the FFL process to get it back. So, what did I find out? Well, Ruger doesn't tell you a whole lot. All they will tell you is that they had to change the bolt and the barrel. And that this time, instead of doing a one-shot functions check, maybe 3, which is typical, they elected to do 10 shots to make sure that there was no function issues with the rifle. And then they sent it back. They also stripped the Cerakote off of the receiver. It's the original receiver, so I have the same serial number. They stripped the Cerakote off this receiver and applied new Cerakote, and then they applied Cerakote to the bolt handle and then sent it back to me. So, what are my thoughts? Well, that whole process actually only took about a week. Ruger, from that standpoint, great job. They were really fast. They didn't really ask any questions other than technical things. They emailed me back, wanted some more information. But from my understanding and talking to a gunsmith, probably the issue was the barrel was either headspace was wrong or the chamber itself was out of specs, because that brass wouldn't fit into other guns after I'd fired it. So they fixed it, maybe. I haven't actually had a chance to go shoot it, so that's going to be the next thing. And when I take it to the range, hopefully soon, I will let you know how it does. I'm going to really worry most about, I'm going to shoot at least a box, maybe 2. And with the way ammo is going right now, that's not something I look forward to, because it'll be hard to replace it. But I want to make sure it's going to function without any doubt, and that I don't ever have any concerns about it. One thing I will say with the new bolt, their shrouds on the rear of the bolt, they're actually plastic, but this one is much more, I mean, it moves a little, but it is definitely, the fit is a lot better. And then the bolt feels nice. It does have that kind of sound from the marks within the chamber and the bolt, but my other one did that and it actually cleared up over time. So I'm not expecting that to be an issue. But like I said, first and foremost, doesn't function. Then the second thing is, if you'll remember the last barrel, the bolt combination, I easily got 3/4 inch groups out of it. So sub-minute of angle. I hope I get that out of this. I have not shot it, so I can't tell you. So when I shoot it, if it shoots as well as the other, and I have no function issues, winner for Ruger. If I shoot it and it has no function issues and the groups expand a little but are still sub-minute of angle, I can accept that. But if I shoot it and the groups really blow up, it may be somebody else's rifle. So we'll see what happens. I do like the rifle. The cost was good. I mean, it was $5.99 when I bought it, I think, total. It shot well. I like that it's Cerakoted. I like the weight. I wouldn't like the weight without the muzzle brake. I like the camo. I really like this rifle, so I'm hoping that it does well. Because they changed nothing else, the trigger's the same, everything is the same, so that wasn't changed. So fingers crossed, right? Let's hope that it does well, and I can give Ruger not only kudos for their prompt customer service and very understanding, but prompt customer service, and I got a good rifle back. Well, good morning, friends. I'm back at the range on a brisk Missouri morning. 40 degrees, 45 now. As you, many of you have seen in my other videos, I was having trouble with my Ruger Go Wild 300 Win Mag, where after each shot, it got to where I couldn't open the bolt. I could open it, but I couldn't pull it back and eject the shells. And I sent it back to Ruger. I've talked about that. And they changed the barrel and the bolt and did a 10-shot functions check this time to make sure everything functioned. So I wanted to come out to the range to actually see how it shoots. And you know, if you remember, or if I said in other videos, this has been the ammo, this Federal, this blue box PowerShock 180 grain was the best shooting stuff with the other barrel. We're going to sight it in today. Deer season starts next month, but we're going to sight it in today. I'm going to try 4 different boxes of ammo. I've got the original Federal, some Federal Premium, some Big Green Remington, and then I'm going to go ahead and try the 200 grain Precision Hunter from Hornady, because I don't know which ammo is going to shoot the best now because it's a new barrel, and I don't even know if it's going to shoot very well. So we'll see how it goes today. So hang on and let's see how this goes. So I'm just going to be shooting 3-shot groups. I'm a little tight for time, but I do want to get it sighted in and do a function check. So let's see what happens. So we've got to make some adjustments. All right. Cycling seems to be fine. No problems there. I'm going to put a little lube on it. Pick up my brass. I'm going to do 3 more shots to see if I can't get the 0. I do want to 0 it as well as shoot it for accuracy because I am going to use it. All right, second 3-shot group. Now I'm going to shoot for groups. It's not exactly, I will see if I need to adjust it, but it was pretty close. Alright, so on this one, this is the 180 grain Federal PowerShock blue box. You know, it's like 30 bucks a box. And I'm going to be shooting at the upper left target. There's one bullet hole below it. I just want to say that now, and we'll see how it does with these 3 shots. think I've got it sighted in. Let me shoot just a couple more 3-shot groups with this. The Federal Blue Box is what I'm calling it. And let's see what happens. Okay. So far, it's not shooting quite as accurate. Granted, it's a brand new barrel. The other one was not, but we'll see. And I haven't changed ammos yet either. All right, I'm going to go for 3-shot group using the Federal 180 grain Power Shock. It's always shot well with it. We'll see if it does again. I'm not sure if it's going to shoot as well. I hope it does, but we'll see. Still not quite zero where I want it to be. All right, so getting closer. That's not the best group. That's probably a little over an inch. Once I get it zeroed, then I'm going to really start shooting groups. And I'll shoot them all on one target, let you know which target I'm shooting at, so we'll see how the different ammo does. There we go. Alright, stay on it this time. Okay. I think I'm ready. We're going to start shooting the different kinds of ammo. I get the Federal Premium out here. I put it on there just to raise this up a little. It felt a little more comfortable, but let's see here. All right. Let's do this. 3-shot groups. We're going to go Federal Blue Box 180 grain Power Shock first. I'm going to shoot at the upper left target on the full target. Not that great. We'll give it a minute, get this stuff put away. Next one I'm going to do is the Federal 180 grain Premium. I am wanting, if at all possible, a 180 grain. I know people don't like it, but one size fits all. I just want to be able to take one. I don't want to be bouncing back and forth between 180 and 150. Hopefully I can find a 180 grain that works well for me. We'll see how it does though. Now we're going to try the 180 grain Federal Premium. Yep. 3-shot groups. These are obviously a lot more expensive ammo. I got these on sale at Best Pro for $40 a box. I bought more than one. I hope it shoots well. I do like the fact that they're tipped, which should help. I'll show you in a second. And then the cases are nickel plated to help with corrosion, and the primer pocket's sealed. So these are definitely made for hunting in all weather conditions. I guess I'll show you the tip. I think I like these a lot. I just don't know if they shoot. So let's see how they do. I've let the barrel cool off a few minutes. I'm going to shoot these at the lower left target. Well, they shot about the same as the other. Not an inch group, it's a little over an inch. I'll measure it and let everybody know when I'm done. But, you know, I'm not seeing the accuracy now that I did before. Next, big green, 180 grain core lock. Like I've said before, I'm glad that they're back. This is new ammo, new manufacturer with the new holding company that owns them. For all of us who like to shoot and like to hunt, that bodes well to have another ammo source. I think their factory in Arkansas, they opened back up as the 3rd largest in the country, so that's a substantial amount of ammo. I'm going to shoot at the upper right target. Oh yeah, that's what I want to see. You know, that's why we shoot different ammos. The last barrel bolt combo I had, it really liked the Federal. This one appears to like this Remington. I'll show you the groups again later. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to use this, shoot this Hornady. I don't have a lot left. It's uber expensive. It was like $60 a box. But this is the Hornady Precision Hunter with the 200 grain ELDX bullets. Really high coefficient for a 300 Win Mag, tipped, nice looking rounds. They ought to be for that kind of money. But let's see how it does. I'm going to shoot at the center target, and the reason I'm going to shoot at the center, being 200 grains, theoretically they should shoot lower, and the way the targets have the 5 things on them, that'd be pretty close to the bottom. I don't want to risk that, so what I'm going to do is shoot at the center. I say theoretically because they're 20 grains heavier, but they're a higher BC, so they may not actually drop that much. We'll see. So center target, and actually it shot higher. With a 200 yard zero, this one only dropped 7 inches at 300 yards, and this one dropped 7.3. So that's the difference between a high BC bullet and a not so high BC bullet. 500 yards, 43.7 inch drop, and this is only 39.9. So actually, these are definitely, because of high BC, drop less and fight the wind a little better. So I might want to look at these. Yeah, the BC on these is 0.597. For a 300 Win Mag, that's really high. And they'll expand down to 1,800 feet per second. So what to do? What to do? I'm going to shoot one more group with the Remington, because I want to see how it does. It shot a really tight group before, and I want to see if I can't do a little better. Okay, I'm going to shoot lower right. That stuff just shoots good. I'm going to try these one more time. It's the difference between $35 a box and $60 a box, but I want it to work. So I'm actually going to shoot at a different target. It's going to be the lower right, but I'll show you the actual targets later. Pretty consistent, inch-ish group. So anyway, more importantly, I have shot 32 rounds through the rifle today, 0 problems. It did change its preferred ammo. None of them shot bad, you'll see. But this, wow, this is just smoking it. So anyway, I will show you the targets later, but I wanted to get out at the range and show you the fix that Ruger did and see how it worked. Seems to have worked great. So Ruger, you have the great customer service. Thank you for doing that. It was fast and it looks like it worked. So I really appreciate that. Well, everybody, I'm back at the house and I promised I would give you groups. So I've done some measurements on the groups and I've looked at the different kinds of ammo. And if you remember the pattern, upper left was the Federal PowerShock, lower left was the Federal Premium, upper right was the big green Remington, lower right Remington, and in the middle was the Hornady Precision Hunter. I wanted to show you what the groups look like. If we look, like I said before, the Federal, just blue box is what I call it, but the PowerShock, Walmart, I mean, I could get this for 30 bucks a box. Not too great. With the other barrel and bolt, this was the bomb. We're talking less than an inch groups, easily 0.7 inch groups. So yeah, I've got some, and you know what? It's minute of deer, so I may use this deer season just to get rid of it. We'll see. Then I want to see, okay, the Federal Premium. The Federal Premium obviously is a better bullet. Like I said, with this one, the cases are nickel plated, the bullets are nickel plated, they have a high velocity polymer tip, the primers are sealed, they are made for hunting. What I get, 1.5 inches roughly, right? I mean, that's way less than the 2.4 inches from the Federal PowerShock. So it did shoot a lot better, but again, I was getting less than an inch groups with other ammo. Now I'm not doing these in order, but next was the Precision Hunter. And I have to tell you, I really want to like this. Although, you'll see in a minute, it wasn't the most precise rounds that I shot. I like the fact on this one, I'll pull it out here. It's expensive. It's $60 or $65 a box at the local My Bass Pro. But it uses a 200 grain ELDX hunting precision bullet. Super high ballistic coefficient, almost 0.6. I mean, it is high. And because of that ballistic coefficient, it actually has better ballistics than any of these other ammos I've shown you so far. Like by far, it beats them. So even though these were basically right on, right? Like I've got it pretty zeroed. These actually shot a little high. And the reason is because of that high BC. Even though they're a 200 grain, they drop less at distance and they deflect with the wind less at distance. So this is really, well, I mean, it's a premium price, but it's a premium round. And so I'm gonna actually buy some more of these when I find it, just to see if, hey, if the batch is different or what. But I can't complain too much. Like basically 1 minute of angle, right? And 2 shots are really close. It's the third one that pulls out. So I'm still gonna buy, even though they're expensive, and even though they aren't the most precise rounds that I shot through my gun today, I'm gonna buy more of them when I see it. So now we're gonna go to this guy. Big green with tax and everything. I think it was $39 a box. This is the 180 grain core lock ammunition, right? It's basically a fire point, but it's a soft point. Ballistics, 2,960 feet per second. I don't zero at 200 yards, I zero at 100, and then I can put the dope in what I need. But as you can see, if I zero at 200, we're down 43.7 inches at 500. I can dope that in. I will say with the Hornady heavier bullet, this is what I was talking about. If I dope it, if I zero at 100, what I'm talking about here is only 39.9 inches drop at 500 yards. So even though it's a heavier bullet, it's going 110 feet per second slower. That high BC bullet gains me basically 4 inches at 500 yards. So I really want to like those. However, let's go ahead and see what the core lock did. So my first group with these, I shot a 3-shot group, and this is what I got. 0.717 inches. Stringing them a little bit. Personally, I think that was me, but definitely sub-minute angle. So, you know, you can't, if you shoot a good group, you're like, well, you know what? I think I want to shoot another group, but I'm going to take my time, concentrate, breathe, trigger pull, all those things, and I did that. These would be good from hogs all the way through bear, elk, deer, whatever. I'm not more than a 300 or 400 yard guy, so they're more than enough to shoot 300 yards. If I zeroed them at 200 yards, I basically have an effective zero of 300 yards. Like I wouldn't really have to adjust much to shoot out to 300 yards. 400 yards, 21 inches, I'm going to start adding some dope to it, but still, that's not too bad. What did I do with my second group? Wow. We're talking $40 a box with tax, and I shot a .392 inch group. That is the smallest group I've ever shot with a 300 Win Mag. I would say with this rifle, except remember, it's a new barrel and it's a new bolt. Wow. So when I compare all of these rounds, I don't know what to say. If this will take everything I'm gonna hunt, I don't know why I wouldn't hunt with it. The issue is the ballistics coefficient is a little better with the Precision Hunter. So if I'm gonna shoot longer range, I might think about that, but I don't know, man. Like, we're talking basically an inch group at 300 yards. I didn't put a target at 300 yards, and I didn't take my steel 10-inch plate with a 3-inch circle at 300 yards, but I guarantee you I'm gonna do that next time. I just wanted to show you those. Now, just for fun, I shot a few more groups. This is actually what I shot with the second group with the Hornady Precision Hunter. Again, 2 shots, basically fingernail covering them and 1 left. I think I could work on that personally and get that well below an inch. So I wanted you to see. I think I can make that better. We'll see how it goes. And this is just some other groups with the old Federal. So I definitely 2 inches on the other one, but I got it below. It does shoot better than what I shot on that one target, but it's still not what the Remington is, and it's not what the Hornady is. Just something to keep in mind. First off, at the range, what did I decide? I decided, number one, I shot 32 rounds-ish, 0 problems with my rifle. So Ruger, again, thank you. I can't say enough about their customer service. It was spot on. I emailed them. They immediately replied, send us the rifle. I took the rifle to my local gun shop. They worked with Ruger to ship it in. I got it back within a week. From my first email to when I had the rifle in my hands was 1 week. I can't complain about that. Number 2, it shoots great. Now it changed the ammo. Every barrel, right? Every barrel it likes its own ammo, whatever flavor. Some are chocolate ice cream, some are vanilla. It definitely likes the Remington better than the Federal. It's okay, I don't mind that. So I found the bullet, you know, rounds that it likes. If I'm just buying commercial off the shelf ammunition, and why would I complain about a .392 inch group, right? And number 3, it's still fun to shoot. 32 rounds, 300 Win Mag, no problems. I've told you guys before, I'm not a recoil junkie. I'm not into that. I don't shoot rifles just to see how hard they beat me up. And that muzzle brake on the Ruger really works. So I can't say enough about that as well. Let me know what you think. Hit that like, subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, like I'd like to know how everybody else is doing. Maybe you've got another round that works great in one of your Gold Wild, especially the 300 Win Mag. If you have that, let me know. I'd appreciate it. If you have any comments, I'll answer them if I can. Any questions? Thanks for watching.